Hi guys, it's Beth. Welcome back to my channel. Grab some coffee or tea or whatever and kind of sit back and have a little chat with me. I wanted to take some time to talk about my crafty goals for 2021 and kind of how those are going to affect my channel. Nothing huge, just I'm trying to make things more efficient for myself. Just like things have gotten busy, like in my non-crafty world, and I've gotten busier, and so just trying to make sure that I'm not doing unnecessary work or doing things that don't mean anything to me or you, and just trying to make sure that my processes are efficient so that everything is just kind of running a little more smoothly. So if you followed my channel for the last few years, you know that I have been part of the Crafty Goals with Amalia collaboration, where we all set crafty goals and then update you monthly on the progress that we made. Amalia is no longer hosting an actual collaboration. It's more of just a hashtag that anybody can follow along. And if you want to check out other people's goals, then you just go search for the hashtag. I think it's just Crafty Goals. Or maybe Crafty Goals 2021. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. I'm not going to come back every month and talk about my progress, but I did want to let you know that I did set goals. It's something that I've been doing for a while, even before Amalia's collaboration. And I do feel like goals are important for all parts of your life if you want to see, if you want improvement, in any part of your life. And I set more than just crafty goals. I have personal goals, I have business goals, and I now have homeschooling goals. So, I do try and set individual goals for each pocket of my life. And I changed up, I reduced the number of goals that I have this year, and I have changed up some of them. So just kind of wanted to talk about those with you guys for a little bit. When I started my channel, I started it because I was a paper hoarder, and I figured that I couldn't be totally alone out there, that there had to be others that, had hoarded paper for years and was trying to, one, keep myself accountable for, using up paper, because even back then I had a goal of using up a certain amount of paper each month, and I wanted to hold myself accountable to that. And then I thought maybe I could hopefully motivate others to start using up their paper as well. And I feel like I have. I feel like I have provided some motivation and inspiration, and so that's not going to change. I still have a goal of using up at least one paper pad every month. Now, I am part of the Smash That Small Paper Pad collaboration hosted by Deb Houck's Crafty Cottage. And in that one, we focus on pads smaller than 12 by 12. So for me, that's usually a 6 by 6. And so I do hope to smash at least one of those every month. And then I also hope to still incorporate 12 by 12 pad projects. I discovered that I have an overabundance of collection kits now, and most of them are Echo Park, thanks to the Echo Park Warehouse box sales that they've had the last several years. I've taken advantage of them for the last several years. I don't know how long they've actually gone on, but I get a lot of collections through those boxes, and I get so caught up in using pads that I kind of forget about the collections sometimes. So this year I kind of want to focus on the collections because they really are, they have added up. And so I want to use them and kind of make room for new ones that will come along throughout the rest of the year. So I will still do some pads, but I'm probably going to focus on collections. So hopefully I can use up one 6 by 6 pad and one collection every single month. And like I said, incorporate some 12 by 12 pads in there, and hopefully some months I will get through more than one collection. That would actually be really great if I could do that. One other thing I want to say is that I know so many of you have asked me about my 12 by 12 pad process. So if you watch Christy Marcotte or Just Crafts here on YouTube, they take you through their whole process of using up a 6 by 6 pad. And I know Christy says that her videos, not including the die cutting or planning, take about, let's say an average of 8 hours. Working through a 12 by 12 paper pad, even if it's one like 48 sheets is like one of the normal, like if you look at the Hot Buy pads, or some of the Simple Stories, or just some of the other pads, a lot of them have 48 sheets. It's a lot longer than 8 hours. And it takes a long time, and I've kind of walked you through some of my process, like different parts of my process, but to sit down and actually record my full process, I mean, it would not all be all in one video, I know, but still, it's I don't know, that kind of puts me off from crafting, just because the logistics of trying to do all of that on camera is hard, and I feel like I would avoid wanting to craft or work on that project if I knew I was going to have to do every piece of it on camera. So I know that may sound bad, that may sound weird. It's a lot. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, and those of you who've killed off a 12 by 12 pad know, and you get to points when you're working in a 12 by 12 pad where you just kind of get stuck. And so I feel like if I'm doing more of the collections, then maybe I can involve you guys in more of the process of working through a collection. That might be something that I could do more easily as a start to finish type process. So not everyone that I do will be that. There will still be some that are just project shares, but I would like to incorporate process videos for those collection kits more often. I feel like that's more doable for me, and it's probably easier for you guys to watch than my 12 by 12 pad processes. So that is another benefit, I guess, of me working through collections instead of pads. So my second goal is still to use up stickers. I don't have a number on this one, and I am still part of Deb Houck's Crafty Cottage Stickier Side of Crafting collaboration. So that will hopefully help motivate me to work through my stickers, but I also want to try and use up more stickers than just like what I might focus on for her collaboration. And then along with that is to use up embellishments, and this is a goal that's the same as last year as well. And I am co-hosting the Smash Our Stash 2021 collaboration with Teresa Russell, who is now with her YouTube channel is Fresh and Renewed with Teresa. And that one is for using up other things in our stash other than paper and stickers, since there's already collaborations for those. We're focusing on other types of embellishments or other types of supplies in our stash. And each month there's kind of a different theme or different prompt as to what we're supposed to be crafting with. So I also hope that is a collaboration that will help me, work through some of my stash this year as well. So my next goal has been, or it was on my goal list last year. I don't remember if it was there the year before or not, but I've kind of revamped it a little bit and am wanting to make it more of a priority. And that is to create at least one upcycle or trash to treasure project every month. I have collected a vast stash of things I've picked up at thrift stores or garage sales or just inherited or found, somewhere along the way. And it's things that when I saw it, I knew I could make something else with it or make something else out of it or just kind of rehab it, give it some TLC and fix it up. And I have been so focused on my paper pad projects, like in the past few years, I've kind of neglected the items that I've wanted to kind of upcycle in my stash. And those are projects that I really enjoy, because a lot of times it's home decor, that I had in mind. And, I would really like to be able to get some more of those items like out and into our house so that we can enjoy them. And a lot of those involve adding pattern paper in some form. And so what I would really like to do, I want to do at least one trash to treasure or upcycle project every month, and any of those that involve pattern paper or my paper crafting supplies, I would like to bring you along for that. For example, coming out soon, there are two wooden pieces that I had picked up at thrift stores somewhere over the past few years, and I've been meaning to redo them for years, and finally decided I want to do something with them. And so I've got a process video going on that. So this will be another opportunity for you to see my process, and hopefully it gives you more ideas on what you can do with your pattern paper, and might even inspire you I'm not the only one who picks up random things at garage sales or thrift stores thinking, oh, I can do something with that. So hopefully it will help inspire and maybe motivate you to work on some of those projects as well. And when I'm doing those Trash to Treasure upcycle projects that involve the pattern paper anyway, I hope to bring you along for the process. So like start to finish, like this is what I did when I first brought it home, and then this is every step that I'm doing, and kind of bring you along. So hopefully that's something that you guys will enjoy, something a little different. And like I said, I love doing those types of projects. And so hopefully you guys will enjoy watching them as well. My next goal is to try something new each month. And this could be a technique, learning how to use a supply, learning something that will help improve my crafty world in some way, whether it's photography or editing or just, something that involves like my crafty world. I can't think of a better word for it. I am a numbers girl, like very data driven. And so I tend to focus on the goals that I can track. And I tend to focus on the projects that I can track or check off. Learning something new, it's very subjective, and yes, I can check it off that I learned something new, but there's not always a data output for that, if that makes any sense. So like this month, for the Smash Our Stash 2021 collaboration, we were using washi tape, and I made a card front using just washi tape, and it was a new technique for me. I had never done that, and I kind of had to like play with the layout of it a little bit, trying to figure out the best way. So that was something different for me. And also, because I tend to do so many projects throughout the year, I kind of get in this comfort bubble of like just working with what I know. And I kind of want to break out of that a little bit, push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit. And like I said, try some new things, kind of grow my crafting. So that's what that goal is all about. And hopefully the end result will be something better, a better product for you to see as well. The next goal has been on my goals list, at least last year, if not before, also, but it is use up the card kits that I have. So I loved the Scrapping for Less Flavor of the Month card kits, and I am very sad that they are not going to be around anymore, but I wish Teresa all the best, and I know she is looking forward to pursuing her next round of goals. But I love the Flavor of the Month card kits, and I hoarded them for years, and so I'm still working on trying to use those up, and I have fun with them every time I use them, so I don't know why I didn't use them for so long. But so I do still have the goal of trying to use up those. I don't plan on necessarily doing one every month, but I would like to use up at least 6 for the whole year. So the next goal is to complete scrapbook all of my 2014 pictures by the end of 2021. And if you were around my channel last year, you know that my goal last year was to scrapbook all of 2012 and all of 2013 pictures. I made it through 2012 photos somewhere around June or July-ish, and thought, oh, okay, I still have 6 months. Like, that's perfect. It took me 6 months to do 2012, 6 months to do 2013. We're golden. Well, not thinking about the fact that the last half of the year tends to be the busiest for us, for our family. We have a side business that's, very seasonal. Fall and winter tend to be pretty busy for us. And so I didn't get many of 2013 done at all. And I hate that, but it is what it is. And so for this year, I need to make it through 2013 before I can, get through 2014 essentially. So it's a lot of scrapbooking. I have not put a number. Well, I did put a number. I have 10 per month, but I don't know if that's what it's going to stay. And I don't know that I'm going to really live by a number on this one, because truly, if I were going to have to put a number, it'd be like 20 every month or something like that for me to get through just over a year and a half's worth of pictures. because the other side of, or the part of that is I have two daughters who each have their own set of albums, plus I have my own set of albums. So a lot of times I'm making 3 of every event. And so that's extra pages. So like, I don't know if I want to say, if I want to keep like 10 pages per month, or maybe like 5 events per month, you know, like 5 different groups of pictures per month, and that might end up being 30 pages, who knows. So that's going to be kind of an evolving goal, but I do want to make it through 2014 by the end of 2021. And the last goal on my list is to clean up my studio. And it's so sad that I have to add this as a goal in order to be motivated to do it, but I do. And I know I'm not alone. I know there are so many of others of you out there that are the same way. Like you enjoy the crafting and you want to focus on the crafting, not necessarily the cleaning up, because that's not fun. And so last year I started this goal of trying to clean up my space at least once per month. I do try and clean up like my workspace, my craft desk after each project. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes I'm crafting on top of other projects, but I do try and at least clean up that. But then there's a, like outside of that little radius, like it just gets crazy sometimes. So it worked last year. It did help me keep up on cleaning, and so I did keep that as a goal this year. So one other thing I started doing last year, which I really enjoyed, is tracking stats for things. And, you know, because I'm a numbers geek and I do like to see those. And I actually saw Paige, who is Stamp Girl here on YouTube. She started tracking her stats too. And I was like, oh, that's an amazing idea. I love that. So anyway, last year I started tracking the number of cards I made. And then I also tracked cards sent, which last year included cards donated or sent out. This year I've broken those out. So I'm going to track cards sent, which means cards that I may send to friends, family, things like that. And then cards donated are like my cards for soldiers, the nursing home, anywhere else I choose to donate. I would just like to track those separately. So again, I'm looking at scrapbook pages made. And then I do want to track my number of videos posted. I don't have a goal for that this year, but it's something I track monthly anyway, or need to figure out for some reporting I do anyway. So I figure it's just easier to track it here. And then I also want to continue to track the number of block sets made. So the side business that my husband and I have, it's a handmade business, and we make home decor, which incorporates wood and paper. And so last year I started tracking how many I did each week. And my hope was at the beginning of the year, like that would help motivate me to work more throughout the year to build up inventory for like our fall and winter craft shows. Well, COVID hit and craft shows didn't happen, but I would still like to I'm hopeful that with all the, the vaccines, and hopefully by next fall that we can have some form of craft show, whether, that's fine if we're still wearing masks and social distancing, but hopefully we'll feel more comfortable having some form of like physical in-person craft shows again, and I can be ready for those. So those are my goals, and like I said, it will impact my channel a little bit just for the fact that it may change some of the types of videos I do. Like there may be more process videos, which I know a lot of you love, and there may be some different projects that I'm sharing that I haven't maybe focused on before. And then my collaborations that I'm in are pretty much the same. I'm still doing 10 on the 10th. I'm still part of the Sheetload of Cards collaboration team, the Smash That Small Pad, Stick Your Side of Crafting, the Smash Our Stash 2021, and then I am part of a new collaboration that's hosted by Sarah at Crafting and Relaxing, and it's called The Joy of Blue. And that is something that is it's one of those, it's not really trying something new, but it is kind of helping me step outside my normal comfort bubble a little bit, because I have tons of blue paper because I don't use it very often. And so I'm hoping that being part of her collaboration will help me, kind of focus on using the blue paper in my stash, or like the blue washi that I don't use very often either. So something different. But those my collaborations haven't really changed a whole lot, but it's just focusing more on collections instead of pads this year, and then hopefully incorporating more process videos or tutorials for you guys. So that's what I have. And like I said at the very beginning, I feel goals are important. I'm not necessarily going to share my progress with you throughout the year, but I am going to track my goals, and I do have a friend who we're kind of goal accountability partners with each other. So I feel like it is important to have somebody to share your progress with, whether it's a family member, a friend, or YouTube or Instagram, whoever. You pick whatever you're comfortable with, and if you don't want to share your progress with anybody, that's fine too, but don't be afraid to make the goals. Don't be afraid of failing, because you never know. You start small if you want to with your goals, and even if it's not crafty goals, just any goals in your life, like don't be afraid to set goals. Don't be afraid of not meeting them, because you'd be surprised sometimes how you're motivated just so that you don't have to see that you're not meeting those goals, if that makes sense. But thank you guys for your time today listening to me ramble. Hopefully it was of some value to you, hearing my goals and kind of the direction that I'd like my channel to take this year. Oh, I thought about maybe trying like some kind of Q&A video, like get to know me kind of thing. If that's something that you guys would like to see, let me know. And also camper crafting. I feel like we're going to be doing a lot of camping this summer, and so I will definitely be taking my supplies along. If you would like to see camper crafting videos, let me know. And if there's other things that you really would like to see, I may not be able to do all of them, but I am always looking for ideas. I'm always open to suggestions, so please leave them in the comments below if there's anything you'd like to see. I will stop rambling now, but I thank you guys so much for your time. I thank you for all of your support of my channel, and I hope that you're all having a very crafty day.